Okay. All right. Well, thank you all for joining. As most of you probably know or should know, we will be changing our website on Monday, June 1st. And as part of that change, some of the tools that you guys have used in the source to send out just listed, just sold open houses in terms of flyers will be going away. And the way that we're going to do these now, these just listed, just sold, and open house flyers will need to be done in your active pipe account. We have put the board lists into active pipe, and Ashley is going to walk you through how easy it is to do. And we've also trained or had a training with our admin, your admin, so that you can work with them if they are willing to do it on your behalf. But I think you'll find it's really easy to do. So without further ado, Ashley, why don't you take them through how it's done?
Okay. So, as Chuck said, you're going to come into ActivePipe now instead of the source to send out your just listed, just sold, price change, and open house flyers. Um, it's really simple, and the templates are already built for you. So, all you'll need to do is just go in. I'll show you how to do that, choose your property, and send it out to your board list. So, that was what was so great about the source is all the board lists were in there. Well, now they're in ActivePipe. They've been shared out to each of your accounts. Um, and I'll show you how to do that. So I'm going to go in and impersonate Patrick O'Connell from our South Burlington office. And I don't know if he's on the call right now, but um, and I'm not going to send anything, don't worry. And so what happens is I'm logged into ActivePipe. So you log into your ActivePipe. I just shared in the chat, and I'll also follow up via email. Um, and I'll share my screen real quick if I can see it to this one. And so what this is this is our ActivePipe board list cheat sheet. And it just lets because what's going to happen is when you hit send in ActivePipe, you're going to have to start typing that group so it will send to it. And in order to do that, you're going to need to know the group name. So this is how you read it, group name and active pipe. You'll start typing that. And so, if it says ACV board list, what the heck does ACV mean? Well, that's the Adirondack Champlain Valley. That is relevant for the state of New York in the upstate area. So it kind of lets you know, and we sorted it by state. So if you're looking for a certain board list and you need to know the name of it, this is where you can come. And once you start doing it, you're going to remember it. But just so you know, that is what I just shared, and I will share it again
Yeah,
via email
can I
after
jump in there
this.
one sec?
Yeah.
So we're missing a couple board lists. We're working with the regional managers to get it. But if you see a board list that is not on here, I know there's a few in New Hampshire that we're working on getting. If you see a board list that is missing, please email myself as well as Ashley, and we'll work on trying to get it and get it uploaded.
Mhm. So back to ActivePipe. So you log into ActivePipe, you see your dashboard, and what you're going to do is go to emails, and you're going to create an email. And all these templates are going to show up. And we're going to do first, I'm going to show you two of them. I'm going to show you a just listed and a just sold. And so we're going to come down here. And where the heck is it? I just had it.
Personal
Bottom right, Ashley.
database, which had over 10,000 people on it.
And I'm going to do it for
Hi,
225.
babe. I forgot about your tray. Hi, thank you. I'm listening to a real estate call.
Okay, and so I am going to do it for, I'm finding the property that I am going to do it for, and I'm just going to name it accordingly. Just listed. And you're going to put any subject you want in here. And I'm just going to do the exact same thing. Um, And you can put anything you want here to catch the eye or whatnot. Um, and I always save as I go. And so these are great because this is template based. So it's already laid out for you. And all you're going to do is click here. You're going to highlight the box, and this little blue-green house will show up. And once that loads, this is all feeding from Dash. So if you don't see your property in here, it's because it hasn't been entered into Dash. It probably was only entered into the MLS. It needs to be entered into Dash to feed to the Active Pipe system as well as feed to SIR.com. So if you
So
don't
it
see it on
has to
here,
be in
that's why.
dash.
Um, in order to feed to Active Pipe and to SIR, it will have to be in Dash. Yep, that's correct. And that's actually the case for that. I think it was Heather that asked, but for our new website, it will feed from Dash as well. So Dash is the key here moving forward. That's a good question. So when you're looking for that property, you can just start typing the address in. I think that's probably because and I'm going to select the most recent one, and it is going to pull all the info in for me. So some people might, I would always check this text, just so you know. And a lot of the time, if you have, a spell check built into your computer, you can just go ahead and do that. But it's always good just to check it to make sure um, that everything looks good. And you might say, okay, well, I don't want this section, or I need to add something. You can do that. And it will pull in all that data. But you might say, okay, I want a different photo, or I want multiple photos. Clicking here will bring you into different photos that you can choose. So I like this beautiful sunset. But you might say, well, I'd like some interiors too. So you can add them by clicking this and choosing a different layout. I like this one because it allows the photos to be a little bit larger. And you might say, well, I'd like a little space between these photos. They seem like they're just right next to each other. You can do a lot of editing for this if you want to. You click here, go to styles, and you can give it a little padding around it. So if I go like this, you can see. And so this one's a little funky, and we already have this photo. So I'm going to pick a different one. And I'll pick this one for an exterior. And then this one, I'm going to do the garage. So just whatever you'd like, you can do that. That's how you switch them up. And you might say, I don't want this request a private showing button, or you might. What you're going to do is you can click on here and you can edit all of those features. So you want the headline, you might want the price above the address. You can just move that up. And you might decide you don't want that. You can hit continue. And now it's changed where the price is at the top, the address is below, and that is gone. So then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to link to the property on the website, on our website. So to make sure this button works. So you double click the button and see how you're going to need to put the website in. So I'm on our website right now. I'm selecting the address and I'm pasting it and I'm saving it. So that is what you have to do for that. And now I'm going to view a preview. You can view the preview on desktop and mobile. So this is what it would look like if you got it into your email on your computer. And by putting that link in, you click here and it's coming to your website. On Monday, we will be switching to our new website. And so that is the website you'll want to go. This one won't work anymore. You'll go to our new website, which will be the same website URL, and you will find your property there. You will paste that link this way. Um, and so here we are. Back here, this is a preview. If it looks good, great. Save it one more time. And you're going to go to share and you're going to say quick send. So you have a couple options here. First, you're going to pick your contacts. So we'll go back to that little cheat sheet that I did, and we'll say that Pat is looking to send it to the Northern Vermont Realtors Association. And that is the NVRA. So start writing NVRA. It's going to pop up. He will select it. You can see there's 666 contacts that it will send to. He can choose to schedule it immediately. So when he clicks send, that means it is going to send it right away, or he can schedule it for a different time. You can click here. You can choose, I want to send it at 3:15 this on Friday, and then he can choose to send it that way too. So totally, you can send it immediately or not. And there we go. And then you just click send. In addition to, say he wanted a couple of board lists, he also wanted to hit up the Central Vermont. Um, he could do that and he could send it to the Green Mountain board list. So he'd go to that cheat sheet, he'd write Green Mountain, and now he's sending it to both. Total of 942 contacts for both of those board lists. And then say he has some people in his contacts that he really wants to send it to. See if Chuck's in his contacts. He is not. But if you just started writing anything, your whole contacts are all in here. So you can send to individual people on top of your board list. So you have that option.
You could just browse, Nancy. If you hit browse, it would
Yep.
also bring it up as well.
That is right. That's a great thing. So we have tags and we have audiences. Audiences are going to be these board lists that we've put in for you guys. Um, and this, so when you're in here, tags will show you a lot of different things. Our advice would be to go to audiences when you're doing these, because those are the actual board list specific. And it won't be as confusing, and there's less to look at. Where the tags will be all the tags that you have in your contact library. So these are the audiences are the ones we've shared with you as a company that we're going to maintain in the back end, update as they become updated, and things like that. So if he wants to add the Lamoille County to it, he can go it that way, hit apply, and now you have all of
Do you want to
those.
watch it on here? No, I said I lost her. When she was talking, started talking. I missed out on.
All right, so that is how we do a just listed. Now I want to show you how to do a just sold. So we're going to go back to emails. We're going to create an email. And this is just like what we just did, but a little different. There's one tricky thing I want to show you guys. So let's see if I find a sold listing that Patrick has had recently. All right, 7. All right, so here we are, 357. Okay. And I'm just going to make sure it says just sold so we know what we're doing. Okay, so here we're in here and same layout, but now we're going to pick a sold listing. So we're going to click right in here. And this is the only tricky thing here is once it loads, you're going to look for your property. So I think it was 357 McGregor. And here it is. And that says current. And so what we want to make sure we do is click sold. Because if not, it will only show us current listings. And we want to make sure what we're pulling in is a sold listing. And you'll know that by the little red button. But if you don't do that, if you do any listing status, it's going to show, it will default to currently listed. So here, that one sold, it looks like it's listed again. We want to make sure we go to sold so we grab the right one. So we're going to take that and it's going to pull the sold data in. Just like that. And for this, you really don't need a view details button. It default puts that there. But since they come off, and Chuck might be able to confirm this, how long are sold listings on SAR.com? Do you know?
I believe they put them up for a year, but they're in the
Okay.
system for a year.
So you could grab the listing link if you'd like. There's a chance that the client might have wanted it taken down or whatnot, but or you just don't need to and you can remove that. And so that's a basic just sold template. We can view a preview, make sure everything looks good. done. Now we're going to share it again. Quick send. Northern Vermont. We'll go this way. We'll click browse. We'll go to audiences and we'll go here, 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 and here. Those are all the four central and northern Vermont. We'll click apply. You can see them here and you can hit send. So that is how you do it just sold. So the big key with that one is just make sure when you're pulling the data, pulling the property in, that you set it from the default as current to sold. And that if not, there's a good chance that when you put the address in, it just won't show up.
Steve, I'll confirm how far back we're going to go on the new website.
Does anyone have any questions?
I know Brian said he had a question on the multiple sold listings. Which one should we use on there? There should be just one, Brian. So let me find out why there's two on that one.
I find that there's sometimes two, even with current listings. And if we go into it real quick, and I go here, just going in so we can see. When there's multiple listings, there's a date at the bottom. I generally pick the most current, the one with the most current date. I find that if there's two, that's a good way to go to judge it by. So if I go to 357 McGregor. And you can see one's May 5th and one's May 6th.
Yeah,
And
you're right. You're right,
different,
Brian. You should use the dash one.
this one.
Yep, you should use the dash one on that one. And the MLS one, I'll check. That shouldn't be getting pushed to them. I'll find out why that is. But I would just add on this, and a lot of you know this. So we were having the beauty of doing this through Active Pipe now for the boards is, I mean, you can see how easy it is. It's pretty easy. B is from a deliverability standpoint. I know there's been issues with the source and the flyers delivering. The reason is that it treats it as a group list. Google looks at those as spam in a lot of cases. So that's why in a lot of cases we were having deliverability issues. But because these are all uploaded as individual contacts and verified, we will not have that issue with Google anymore. So our deliverability will be much, much better. And then the other thing is Active Pipe actually has analytics, so you can see who opened the ad, who clicked on which links, those kinds of things that you'll be able to follow up with. The source flyers did not have any analytics on the back end. So this is going to be a better way for us to deliver these messages. I also personally think they look better in Active Pipe than they did in the source for the flyer. So they look better, better chance they'll get delivered, and you can actually see who's looking at them and follow up with them accordingly.
Yep. And to see the analytics, you'll go to campaigns, once it's sent, and then you'll see all the emails you've sent out by name. And if you click on any of them, you'll be able to see, who's opened it, who's unsubscribed, who's clicked on links, things like that.
Now, if we wanted to do an open house too, is there an open house template, or do they
Yes.
just take an existing one and
No, there is a new price just listed, um, just sold, and
there's
open
an open?
house
Yep.
right here. So same sort of deal. You'll put your you put your subject in, come in here, pick your open house. And I don't have a listing that has an open house anytime soon. Let me see if
But
I can.
it's basically the same
It's the
way.
same thing. And if the open house detail is in dash, it will feed in.
Yes.
Yep. And
That's
so,
another important thing now for open houses. I know we talked about this for the global SIR weekend. Uh, So if you have an open house now, you got to do two things. One is you still need to put it in an MLS. because MLS will feed to Zillow and all those third-party sites. So make sure you're putting it still in MLS, but then you need to email that open house details, date, time, property, etc. Any type of remarks or restrictions. You have to email that to your admin so they can put it in Dash. Once it's in Dash, it'll feed to SIR.com on the listing page, but it'll also, as Ashley just said, it will feed into Active Pipe as well. So it's important that you put it in MLS, send the details to your admin to put it into Dash. You being agents do not have access to Dash. So you cannot do it. You have to email it to your admins. Or you can email it to marketing too.
All right. Any other questions?
I hope you guys see this, how easy it is and how we think it is going to be better. You want to delete that one, Ashley, the sold. But again, come Monday, if you've been putting flyers out, you will need to start sending them out via Active Pipe. If you have any questions, you need help, you can reach out to us in marketing, your admins, your regional managers. And I know in a lot of cases, your admins will work with you to help send them out. You need to coordinate that with them and your regional managers.
All right. Thanks, Chuck.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. And yes, there will be a recording. We will share this out with everybody so that you can watch it if you want to watch it again for people on the call, or for those who couldn't make it, they can watch it as well. But it's exciting. I think this is going to be a much better way for us to get our information around these just listed, just solds out to everybody. So thank you for joining, and have a great day.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Chuck.
guys.
All right, take
Thanks,
care, guys.
Ashley.